And as promised, we have a very special guest today. He is former Bengal defensive lineman, now defensive line coach at Toledo University. It is Larry Black. Larry, how you doing?
I'm doing good, can't complain. We're right in the middle of like camp recruiting season, with things opening back up. So been busy on the road at various camps or either our camps here at the University of Toledo, just going around evaluating some good talented players and seeing guys who help and make the Rockets better. But I've been pretty good. Can't complain at all.
Well, that's really good to hear. I asked you before we came, I press record, whether you're okay talking about a certain TV program, because I think it's fair to say most Bengals fans will know the name Larry Black and remember Larry Black from the
Yeah.
2013 Hard Knocks series. And
Yeah.
it didn't go well. It started going really well, and
Yeah.
then
It
it
started
went
off well.
really
Yeah.
badly, really quickly. And I think lots of
That
Bengals fans were absolutely heartbroken to see what happened. Can you, well, let's just give it a little bit of background. You were born in Cincinnati,
yeah.
went off to
Yep. Yep.
university.
Born in Cincy, uh, grew up a Bengals fan.
You're right.
Just being born down in Cincy. Then played my high school ball at Wyoming High School there in town. Then was blessed to get a scholarship to play at IU. Was a 4 year there. Was a solid player there. Then graduated from there and got the shot with the Bengals. As a free agent um, you know, and then got rolling with those guys, and boom, the injury happens, and that's part of the game. I tell my guys all the time that I coach, the game could be taken from you in a blink of an eye, and
Yeah.
I lived it. Um, so it's part of it. When you sign up to play football, injuries come with it, and you got to brace for that, but you got to be able to attack it and understand what comes with it and have that in the back of your mind as well.
So it must have been a huge thrill to sign with the Bengals as an undrafted free agent. As you say, you were a Bengals fan.
Yeah.
Suddenly, you're on the practice field with Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap, and if people remember that series, the coaches were beginning to talk you up. You were making real progress.
Yeah.
Just tell us what it must have been a real thrill to be on that field.
Yeah,
right?
it was. Like I told you, I grew up a Bengals fan. So, even through college and stuff, I always seen Pecco and Geno out there, and now I'm on the same team with those guys. It was big time. It was something that was really, really a huge blessing and something that I was very excited about. And I also felt like I was becoming a better player. Hayes, the D-line coach, I thought he did a fantastic job and, allowed me and giving me an opportunity to continue. Him and Coach Lewis, they were pretty top-notch and high-care guys. So I felt like I was catching my stride as not only, just getting better as a player, and I felt like I was reaching that, and it was a good deal, being blessed to play with the Bengals. That was something.
So if you can, and if it's not too traumatic, what happened when the injury was sustained?
You know what? It was like a power play. I was on the backside, so the center like back blocked me. Was fighting against a down block and was pressing against my visual key, my pressure key, I should say. He came down on me, and I'm pressing against him. And I feel Wallace Gilberry, I don't know what happened. He kind of got tossed into my leg that was posted into the ground, my ankle. And he kind of got slammed into it. And it was like in a blink of an eye, I looked down and my leg was facing the other way. And I didn't even feel it at first until I like looked down and was like, oh, my foot is facing this way. They snapped. And that's when like the panic came in, like, oh, damn, like what's going on? And then that's when, it kind of hit me like, yo, this really just happened in a blink of an eye. So that's kind of what happened. Like, all I know is I got a guard who pulled, I transitioned my hands to the center, and I'm fighting against that on the backside of a play. So I'm thinking the play is almost over. And then, like I said, towards the tail end of the play, he kind of got like tossed into my leg that was posted up. And yeah.
Wow. I think your reaction, I mean, you were in tears. I think you probably
Yeah.
knew that it was a serious injury. Well, you knew it as soon as you saw your leg, I'm guessing. But
Yeah.
just to have that confirmed that you had to go to hospital, we were heartbroken for you because, you know, Hard Knocks is that kind of TV show where they build up the characters and you root for them. And you were one of the guys that we're rooting for, and then bang. What happened after Hard Knocks? Because that's something that we don't see. Now, we know because you're a respected coach, there's a happy ending to this story.
Yes.
But how difficult was it in those first few weeks? You probably had surgery, and then what happened?
It was I had the surgery, and then it was kind of like I couldn't get right active right away. So, it was kind of like the little depressed state, where you kind of like feel a little sorry for yourself and your head's down a little bit. I think everyone goes through it when they have a dramatic injury. But then I kind of came out of it. I was still at home with my parents and my wife, and I had them around me to bring my spirit back up. But those first, like you said, those first 2 weeks were pretty rough. But what happened was I was blessed because I think I was doing so well during camp that the Bengals just put me on IR and brought plans to bring me back for the following season, which happened. But then I kind of transitioned into that rehab stage, where I had to attack that and had those mental barriers, like, is my ankle going to be okay? Am I going to be able to achieve at the level that I was at? Which ultimately it didn't happen, At that level, you come back and you lose that one step, you're out the door, and that comes with the game. Like I said, that when you sign up to play in the NFL. But the rehab came. Their training staff did a fantastic job of pushing me daily to become, where I need to go, and get better from that standpoint. It was tough though, pain, just battling through your, getting that flexibility back in the ankle, building up those muscles, letting the bone heal. It was a daily grind. And it was a one where you kind of learn a lot about yourself. But it was good. I attacked it head on and wanted to get better and give myself a chance to come back that following season. So it was fine.
So when did you did all that and you wanted to give yourself a chance? When was the moment it dawned on you that actually I'm not going to make it as a player? That must have been a crushing moment, right?
I think it was the Jets preseason game, and I kind of like had a play where like 9 times out of 10 I'm like, I normally like make that. I'm normally doing this, doing that, like I'm more active than this, and I just didn't have it. And it kind of hit me like, yo, I think my ankle, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. And then my like be so sore after practice, and it was just one of those things where you were like, okay, this might be it for me. Which I kind of knew in the back of my head, but until it really hit you, it's like, you know. But we can't play the game forever, and I knew that before I even started playing football. Like football was always like a outlet for me to be and get better and like reach goals and things. And I did that, I did that. I reached the NFL and I did that. Now, would I love to have played 10, 12 years? Yes, for sure. Love the game. But that, I think we were playing against the Jets preseason game. I think Vic was actually quarterback. And it was just like, I didn't make a tackle, and I like got rolled up, and I was like, yeah, this might be it.
But as we know, as I mentioned earlier, there is a happy end to the story because you chose to go down the coaching route, right?
Yeah.
So what? I mean, how far after you decided to stop playing Did you go into coaching straight away? Was that a
No,
decision, quick one, or what happened?
yeah, what happened was like when I got done, when I got released from the Bengals, I was like, I think I want to try like the corporate world. I had my degree. I was after that, graduated from IU, had a very good degree. I actually took a job with U.S. Bank. So U.S. Bank is a big bank in town,
Mm.
downtown. Cincinnati headquarters used to be in Cincy. I started in their leadership development program. Was a
Cool.
really cool, unique program. I did that for like 6, 7 months,
Mm.
but I hated it. It wasn't me. It wasn't for me. I felt like I was faking the funk. Like gained a bunch of weight. Like I would come home, my wife would just be like, "You're not right." So what happened was I came home and like talked to my wife, and she was like, "Why won't you be a coach?" Um, and I'm like, you know what? I never thought about it. I think I could be a really good coach.
Mm.
Always had the connection and, the love for the game and the passion. I was like, I think I could be a really good coach. So what happened was I literally, that night when she said that, I literally copied and pasted the same text message, just changed a couple things and sent that out to every coach who recruited me, coached me. Like, hey, this is Larry. I'm looking to get into coaching. Please let me know if you got anything available, volunteer, or whatever it may be. I want to get my foot in the door. So what happened was Mike Yeager, he recruited me. He currently coaches at Tennessee Chattanooga right now. He was the head coach at Carthage College in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's right above Chicago. Really good program, good school. I went there and coached the D line there. And then that's when my coaching journey kind of began. And been rolling since, and still a very young coach in the profession now. So I'm very blessed on, what's going my way. But that kind of was a transition into
Mm.
coaching.
Oh, what a brilliant story! And you must have had to kind of, as you say, it must have been weird driving into Cincinnati every day, perhaps even past Paul Brown Stadium, knowing, hold on a
Yes,
minute, I was there a couple of years ago,
yes,
man. That's tough
yeah,
to
yeah.
swallow.
It was, man. It really was. But like I said, I kind of got to the point where I knew my story had a different path to it.
Mm.
Trust God. I'm like, I knew it just had a different trajectory to it, and I just had to trust that process and follow it.
And
Uh,
and time's a great healer, right?
yes,
Mm.
time heals all.
Mm. Mm.
Time heals all.
Well, I'm personally delighted, and I know lots of fans who love that series of Hard Knocks will be absolutely delighted. But that you're making a name for yourself as a coach at a university. And what are your goals? Is it to get back to the NFL, or do you think about that, or is it kind of like you just focus on what you're doing, the kids that you work
Yeah,
with, and doing your
I'm
best for them?
living in the moment right now. I want to become the best college defensive line coach. Like where my feet are at, that's where I'm at. I want to keep getting my guys right at the University of Toledo, keep allowing them to excel on and off the field. Like I'm so enticed with that process of like how can I get my guys better?
Mm,
I get myself better on a weekly basis. Like living in the moment, taking it day by day. What can I do to get better? What can I do to make my guys better and our team a better team? That I'm so entrenched and rolling with
mm,
that. So, just working from there. But now, does opportunities come and stuff happen? Yeah, but right now, like the focus is what can I do to get Toledo to be the best team in our conference, be one of the better teams in college football. How do I do that? And
mm,
let's
mm.
go at it and attack it. And how can I be the best husband, best father, best son, best brother? Like, what can I do to
Best
excel?
best podcast host. You can do it
Yes,
all there.
exactly. like, what can I do to excel at those little things?
um,
That's what
did any of you, the former Bengals, keep in touch with you and offer support? People like Jesus,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What's funny? Brandon Joyner, he was on IR with me. He's currently a defensive line coach at Arkansas State.
Ah,
Yeah, he tore his ACL that year too. And he did the IR rehab thing, same thing, and kind of same story. Now his wasn't on Hard Knocks and all that stuff, but it was the same year.
Mm.
He's currently coaching, you know, but yeah, I keep in contact with some of the guys, you know, I talk to them time to time. You know, Dante Moach,
Mm.
I talk to him, Pecco, I reach out to him, you know, and things from that. So I do kind of keep in contact with a lot of guys.
That's cool. Now, it kind of, at this moment in time, it's come full circle, or even the circle for you is carrying on. You're sort of involved with the Bengals again this offseason,
Yeah.
aren't you? Because they selected you, I think is the right phrase, for the
Yeah.
Bill Walsh Minority Coaching Fellowship. Just talk about that initiative. Is it something that you sign up to and then you get selected by teams?
Yeah, so it's a pretty challenging spot to get. So you apply to all 32 teams, and you know, teams select who they want to enter and go through the internship. And I was blessed to be selected by the Bengals. It's been great. It's been really good experience. You know, on experience with the coaches. Doug Rossfeld kind of runs it, and he does a phenomenal job. You know, with he and the four of the people involved at getting us the experience and getting us through the day-to-day stuff. Coach Taylor has been great. All the coaches have done a phenomenal job, whether it's meeting with us individually, you know, team meetings, whatever it may be. We've been getting a really good eye opener look at what it takes.
So what does it entail, Larry? You're involved with team meetings. Do you get one-on-one sessions with the coaches?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so you get one-on-one with the coach, and you get the team meetings. You know, you get the live look at certain things, film, position meetings. I was in Coach Golden position meeting the other day. He was coaching up the linebackers. You know, just observing and learning. It's like a full look at the whole spectrum, and you know, and learning. You know, about the game and picking up little things here and there. You know, learning about how the NFL works. We're so much different from the NFL and college football. Just every little thing, just trying to pick up things from the whole focal point. I was in a rookie meeting where, you know, they were going over the new rules of the NFL, and, you know, just seeing those guys and talking to those guys like, hey, I was in your position. Stuff. It's been great.
Is there anybody on the team still there from your day? I'm thinking maybe Kevin Huber and Clark Harris. That's about it, really.
Those guys, those are it. I think those are it.
See, if Gio and Gino would have been around one more year, imagine that would have been. Imagine them seeing your face on the Zoom meetings, man. That would have been hilarious.
Gino, man, that guy, he's a legend, man. He's a big time.
So how long have you got left? Is it over now, or have you got some more time with the Bengals?
Yeah, it's still some time left. It's still some time left. So
that's cool.
You know, we just go by weekly and make sure we keep our schedule very flexible. So
yeah,
it's still time left. It goes.
Well, Larry, it's been great to talk to you, and I think so many people out there will be delighted to hear that your star is rising. You recovered mentally and physically, and now, you know, who knows?
Ankle was good. The ankle was good. Was playing some staff hoops on it today.
Okay.
You know, I run around and, you know, do all that stuff. So it is good. I am blessed and, you know, just working and excited about what's going on. Excited for the Bengals this year too.
Right, absolutely. I think we all are,
really
but
good.
Kind of cautiously so, right? So, Larry, thank you for the time. It's great to speak with you. And listen, man, good. You know, best of luck with the coaching career. Do come on again sometime. Yeah, we'd love to hear.
Yeah, we'd love to. We'd love to. Anytime.